Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. We're talking tonight about our life tools and, keeping them well cared for, right?
Right. And this came about, we ski a lot, and not that I'm an excellent skier, but I ski often, and I usually, love being out there and feel pretty confident out on the mountain. And 3 days ago, I said to Jeffrey, I'm not feeling it. Something is off. And then we went out the next day, which was yesterday, and I said the same thing. Something's off. I don't feel right about, my connection with the mountain and my skis. And so we got off the mountain, and, as Jeffrey's picking up my skis, I think I've told you, thank you so much, that he always carries my skis for me. He noticed that they were pretty scraped up, and all of a sudden I realized, I have not taken care of these skis. I've not brought them in to have them sharpened or waxed or anything since probably the middle of the season last year. So we brought them into Christie's, and shout out to Richie at Christie's.
These guys are great.
We adore them. They're amazing. Anyway, and we brought both our skis in, and Richie looked at my skis immediately and said, oh boy, yours need everything. So, they took care of me and hooked me up, and we went out skiing today, and it was just like night and day. I mean, I was ruling the mountain today instead of the mountain ruling me, because I had taken care of my tools.
Right. You have to do that. It reminds me of an old story we used to always tell in sales about two lumberjacks. One was the old lumberjack that had been doing this for, 40 years, doing his job for 40 years. The new lumberjack shows up as a young, strapping guy. He's all well-built and very strong and a lot younger. So he challenged the old guy to a competition to see who could chop the most wood, right? So they set the competition up for Friday, and they both got to work. They had two piles of logs and got chopping first thing in the morning. Then around the coffee break, the old guy leaves from the chopping field, where he was going back to the tent or whatever, and go get his coffee. And the young guy says, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep chopping. I'm going to beat this guy. So he's just hacking away the whole time. The old dude shows back up, gets back to work, and they look at both the piles. They're pretty similar. So they're just working away, and then all of a sudden it's lunchtime. Sure enough, the old guy goes and leaves. The young guy says, I'm not taking lunch. I'm going to beat this guy, and I'm going to just keep chopping away. And so the old guy comes back after lunch, gets back to work, and they're chopping away. And the piles still look about the same to, the younger guy's dismay, right? So they're working away hard, and then the midday break comes. The old guy leaves, same thing. Young guy keeps chopping away. The old guy comes back, and then they finish the day. And when they count up all of the wood that's been cut, guess what? The old guy won. And so the young guy's just furious and said, how did you beat me, old man? I mean, you took a coffee break, you took a lunch break, you took your afternoon siesta. I worked through the whole day. And the old man said, I wasn't taking any breaks. I just went and sharpened my axe. Right?
I love that story.
So you got to keep your tools fresh and keep them sharp. That's the idea. You have to stop and take care of yourself and take care of your tools. That's what we're trying to say here, right?
Exactly. And take care of yourself. I mean, your body is your temple. So again, you need to feed your body with whole foods, plant-based foods. If you eat junk food, you're going to feel like junky, and you're going to be sluggish, and you're not going to have a lot of energy. However, if you take good care of this and you feed yourself, foods that are nutritious and full of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, that's what you need to do. That's a must.
Yeah.
And, I'm a big proponent of being 100% plant-based. If you have any questions on that, I am here to help you. I would love to bring anybody who will, only if you are interested in it, to join me on that journey. And I've we have had a lot of
Right.
friends go plant-based lately. You know who you are, and we are so excited for you because, you know, we know how amazing you feel.
Well, it's life changing. I'm gonna
Yes,
I'm gonna get Karen to do some videos with some of the recipes that you're making out there, because she's probably one of the best plant-based chefs there is. So
I love to cook.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the best though.
So,
Anyway.
so yeah, I think that's important, how you fuel your body, but also know about the invisible miracles everywhere in life. You know, think about like a little brown seed, for instance. You know, you look at that thing and it's just a little brown seed. It's almost like a piece of dirt. You put it in the ground, and you know what's inside, what comes out? It's a plant. It's a plant that yields beautiful flowers, aromatic, beautiful flowers. Hummingbirds come to them, bees. You know, if you think about it, it started with that little brown seed. So, you know, Albert Einstein once said there are two types of people in this world: those that think nothing's a miracle, and those that think everything's a miracle.
I love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, live your life as though everything is a miracle the best you can, and look at that magic everywhere.
Exactly. And look inside for your answers. You know, so many people say, oh, only if I met that special person, then everything would be okay, or I would be whole, or if I had that perfect job, you know, everything would be good, or if I got the, you know, if only I had a house instead of my apartment, or if I had a different apartment. Don't look outside, you know, for the things that are going to complete you and make you whole. They're all within. I think every single video, you know, we've talked about self-love. It is the essence for everything that flourishes for us. And so everything is right there within you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then as you're on that journey, I mean, there really are no mistakes or accidents. I mean, everything happens for a reason. I mean, we talk about that a lot too.
That is my favorite saying.
Well, as you
ask my kids.
Yeah. Yeah. As you go through life, you hit ups and downs, and you know, sometimes something happens that appears to be very negative or very impactful in the wrong way. And then all of a sudden you turn around and say, it wasn't so bad. Well, you know, I was blocked to go down this road, but you know, there was a problem down that road. So it's a good thing I didn't go down that road.
Exactly.
I mean, that happens. You hear these stories all the time. So
trust in the process.
Yeah. There are no mistakes. So once you pick that journey, pick that life track that you're on, there will be peaks and valleys. You have to be patient as you get through them, but everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. And, you know, draw your energy from the environment, from the birds and the trees, from the mountains, from the ocean, you know, wherever you live or wherever you're traveling. Make sure that you absorb that beautiful energy, and from the sun, you know, whatever it is, don't let it slip by. It's there. It's full of goodness and energy. And that's really, you know, mission critical to bring that within yourself.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then, you know, we like to remind people and remind ourselves to be full of peace, be a peaceful being. This has been a enlightening piece of the journey for me, to, you know, learn to take that time and meditate. And, you know, Karen, you call it the art of relaxation. Mm-hmm. You know, so, you know, I used to get crazy if I wasn't doing email in the middle of the day, or if I had to wait for Karen to come out of a store and I had to go get somewhere else. I'm always trying to get to the next place. I've actually learned to, you know, just breathe and be in the moment. You know, you should meditate. We meditate every day, at least in the morning. You know, and I try to do it throughout the day whenever we can. So it really helps you recenter yourself and get a handle on this piece that I'm talking about, to be full of peace and be that peaceful being. And you really have to center back, and meditation is a great tool to do that with. Right?
Absolutely. I mean, we meditate every day, and on occasion, if something comes up and, you know, we have to race off and we don't get to do it, wow, you know, we notice something is off and we're like, we didn't have time to meditate. But I would say 99.9% of the time, we make the time regardless. Right. And be forgiving, forgive yourself, forgive others, and love yourself first. Again, we've talked about that. But forgiveness is so important, and I give you a lot of credit for helping me, you know, learn to do that, because I was never really great at forgiveness. I was a lot more stubborn when I was younger, and it was my way or the highway. And if somebody did me wrong, you know, that was it, right? I didn't understand that by living that way, I was giving these people my good energy. You know, I was acknowledging them, instead of, if you forgive somebody, then you are not exerting all of this energy by not forgiving them. Mm-hmm. And it's, again, it goes back to that, be full of peace, right?
Right.
So always forgive people. I don't care what the crime is. It's not your problem, it's their problem. So forgive them and let it go. And again, and always forgive yourself. You know, no one's perfect. We've all done things that we, you know, think, oh, I wish I hadn't done that, you know, or, you know, the next day it's like, or you're on a phone call and you wish you hadn't said something. Forgive yourself, because that moment is past.
Right. Well, that's the most important thing. What's past is past. It doesn't even matter. It's this moment moving forward. And think about, you know, holding on to that anger. I love this one too. It's like holding on to that burning hot ember, like you're going to throw it at somebody else when you're angry. It's actually more damaging to you. I mean, that's a great way to think about it, holding on to that burning ember like you're going to throw it at somebody. I love that one, because, you know, it is more damaging to yourself. You know, the last piece is really, you know, seeking your happiness, and, you know, seek your happiness through others. You know, a lot of people, like, you know, we try to go find happiness for ourselves. It's easier to find happiness through helping others. You know, at this time of the year, you know, the Christmas season, I think I grew up with people saying, I think my mom used to tell me this, you know, it's better to give than receive. You know, when you're a kid, it's like you want to open those presents. I don't think I really understood back then, but, you know, you understand why people said that, right? I mean, right. We are trying to really help others in this journey. Everything we're doing in our businesses, we're really trying to help people build their best lives, build residual income streams, and live their best lives, whether it's through just healthful eating or caring for themselves. But we're sharing a lot of this information. And the reason why we're writing this book is to really help others. And I think that's the best path to happiness, is helping others.
Absolutely. And we're really, you know, pumping out our YouTube content, and we've seen some comments where people have said, you know, what you said resonated with me. And that's something Jeffrey and I talked about when we started writing the book, is that, you know, our approach is our approach. And a lot of the content is similar content to other content out there, but it's just a matter of finding the content that gives you that aha moment, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're hoping that, you know, the way that we present it, and, you know, the things that we're able to share from our experiences allow you to say, aha, now I get it, or you've explained it in a way where it really makes sense, or it really, you know, it fits, you know, aha. And, you know, that's a big reason of why we're doing this, is to help other people to achieve those, you know, those milestones.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from Copper Mountain.
Now, do me a favor, go ahead and click around here if you'd like to hear more, and subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.